Hello everyone, welcome back to another one of my videos, and today we are going to cover the topic of negotiation and why is it important to know how to negotiate. There's a lot of videos on YouTube talking about negotiation. There's even master classes talking about negotiation, but I'm not going to be covering negotiation like these master classes do. I'm going to be covering negotiation specifically to deal with advisors in branches and banks. So there's been a lot of times where clients are lost, customers are lost, simply because they do not understand the art of negotiation and they follow whatever the advisor or the manager says because one, they are financially illiterate. They do not understand a single thing about money. They know how to earn it, they know how to spend it, but they do not know a single thing about investment, management, or even how to use it optimally. So they go to a bank and they just have their nose, led around by an advisor or a manager. Now, learning how to negotiate before you go into a branch is very, very important because when you think about it, advisors and managers, they negotiate with hundreds, if not thousands, of clients every single day. And we are taught on how to brush aside all of the clients' negativity. So the negativity is not the client being negative. The negativity is when the client disagrees with you. So that's a negative, right? You do not want the client to ever disagree on a decision that you make. And it's very hard for a normal person that does not train in negotiation to go into one of these branches and negotiate successfully with any of these advisors because they are doing it daily. You're maybe doing it for an hour or two, and like you go into McDonald's, hey, I'm gonna pay a McCafe. That's a negotiation, like you made a negotiation with the person, but that's just normal day-to-day negotiations, conversations. It's not negotiating something such as investment rates. How much rate are you getting? What's your mortgage rate? These things are big things to negotiate on. And how to handle disagreement is the core training of these advisors. So you have to know exactly what you are looking for before you go into these branches. Otherwise, there's absolutely no way that you will win in a negotiation with an advisor. And I'll take an example. If you're looking for a mortgage, you better go into every single branch, every single bank. So you go to all the big five banks, all of the small people, and ask them what you want to know specifically, and do not get sidelined whatsoever by what the advisor is trying to sell you or tell you. You just have to go in and ask an inquiry on your profile and see what's the best rate that this bank can give me, and that's it, right? And then you'll think about it. You always say you'll think about it, and then you'll come back, right? Never fall into the trap of negotiation that the advisors are trying to do to you, because they may see that you have a lot of wealth and they will recommend you to do some other stuff with it. They'll try to get you to talk about what you do with your job, how much you're expected to earn, and things like that, right? And they will try to get you to talk about yourself more and more and more, so the bank understands and expects and knows how much you are going to be making and what your family is looking for, what your type is, and by type I mean, like, are you the kind of risky type, or are you the safe type, or what kind of type are you, so that we can delve deeper into your personality. If you're going in and you are looking to have a certain product, keep your focus on that product. It's really important to not be sidelined by all of these irrelevant conversations, because the advisor will tell you, in order to get a more perfect financial overview of your current situation, we have to understand all these other tidbits of you. And this is not true. The advisor does not have to ask you any of these other questions if they are going for your mortgage, because we can simply look at your income statements and everything, as long as it's on the mortgage and what you're doing and it's provided, that's it. We do not have to go farther into, hey, how many investments, how much stuff we have. It may matter if we're trying to balance it out, then we'll ask those type of questions. But if they're drifting off into, other realms of like what you're doing on the weekend, it could be that they're trying to warm up to you and things like that, which is why it's so hard, the art of negotiation. You have to figure out what the other person is trying to negotiate out of you. You cannot just give away personal information so easily to other people without you knowing what they're going to be doing to your information. It's kind of like social media, where you just hand out information easily left, right, and center, but you don't understand what the information is being used for. And negotiation is exactly the same thing. If you go in and you talk to these people, they will put down any single relevant information that you tell them. All right? So main focus, just talk about the product that you are looking at and nothing else. If they try to offer you a credit card, they try to offer you investment, you can just say, I'm not here for that. I just want to talk about a mortgage. And they'll understand, they'll back off, and they'll continue to answer a question. So you have to be dead on what you want. So this is kind of like a beginner tutorial to how you want to negotiate in terms of going into a branch. You need to have a purpose. You can't just be led around by these people and playing into their hands. You need to understand that this is your money and the bank wants it. You are not going anywhere, right? The money that you hand out is essentially never going to come back to you, right? So this is your money, and you need to take power over what you do with it, instead of just going, I'm just going to follow this advisor, I'm going to follow this advisor. Advisors have been known to screw people over. They are not here to help you. They are here to profit themselves and the bank. So unless you're out there negotiating for your own benefit, advisors are not going to help you. So that's it. That's all I have for today. And I'll leave you some thoughts. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.